Authorities charged 2 Ottawa County jailers accused of bringing contraband into the jail. A petition circulates to shut down Lime Kiln Dam in Newton County, Missouri. The Joplin Regional Airport welcomes its new air service.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Some residents start a petition calling for the removal of a local dam. This is KOAM News at 10. That petition calls for the dam at Lime Kiln Park to be removed, citing the recent deaths of Kayleen Brown and Trevor Hicks last week in the same area of Shoal Creek. The city of Neosho, though, says they're already working on a project that will make the dam safer. They're working with several agencies to turn the dam into a rocky ramp dam.
And it's more like, with canoes come through or boats or something like that. If you've been canoeing, it's more like you're just going over a series of rapids at that point instead of just a natural drop off.
The dam currently supplies around 85% of the city's water. Kennedy isn't sure when the project will be complete. Checking in with Doug Hetty. Pretty nice day out there, Doug.
Yeah, it actually turned out to be a really nice day. We had plenty of sunshine across the region, especially during the morning hours. And temperature's great. A little cool this morning, had some fog, 81 for a high. Average high is 83 degrees. And we even had a few isolated little showers out there during the afternoon hours. But now we got clear skies. We're going to see clear skies as we roll through the rest of the overnight hours for us tonight. Temperatures pretty good. You can see most of us upper 60s to near 70. Eventually we'll drop back into the upper 50s a little bit later on tonight. So about 58 for an overnight low. Quick warm up, 70 by 10, 76 by noon. And then maybe a notch or two warmer tomorrow afternoon, high temp of 83. We are going to have to introduce those chances for showers and thunderstorms over the next several days. Our temperatures are going to continue to climb. So we're going to look at that plus your month-long forecast here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. Ottawa County, Oklahoma investigators say 2 jail detention officers snuck contraband into the jail for an inmate. Authorities say officers Cody Redden and Justin Hayworth would check drop spots at the jail to pick up drugs and deliver them to inmate Ethan Combs. Combs is one of 4 other people charged in the case. The other 3 are Jose Reyes, Jaleh Bendur, and Jahar Gonzalez. Bendur and Gonzalez have not been found. Authorities say Combs used the jail's video messaging service to contact the other suspects to get the drugs and drop them off for the jailers to pick up. Appears someone set a fire at the Purcell City Hall. The Jasper County Sheriff says it happened early this morning. The fire was contained to a small drop box outside the building and there was minimal damage. Jasper County Sheriff's Office says an investigation uncovered a possible suspect, but at last report, no one had been arrested. The suspect, they say, is described as a woman with long hair and a medium build who was in a red passenger car. A Broken Arrow, Oklahoma woman is dead following a crash on US 28 in Mays County. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says Leah Hendricks was going east on 28 when she failed to stop at a stop sign and caused an accident with an oncoming vehicle. Hendricks died at the scene. The driver of the other vehicle was taken to the hospital and later released. The United States will begin shipping tens of millions of COVID-19 vaccines from its vast stockpile this month to countries that desperately need them. At the same time, Washington is working hard to reverse the recent drop in vaccination rates right here in the U.S. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
As demand for COVID-19 vaccines dwindles in the U.S., the Biden administration announced plans to donate 80 million doses globally by the end of the month, with the first 25 million going out as quickly as possible.
We want to save lives and thwart variants that place all of us at risk.
The White House says 3/4 of the U.S.'s donated doses will be shared through the United Nations-backed COVAX to countries in Latin America, Asia, and Africa.
But ultimately, the United States will have the authority to say the doses are going here as opposed to there, but that will be done in very close consultation and partnership with COVAX.
Remaining U.S. doses will go to countries with surging cases, such as India, as well as partners and neighbors, including Mexico and Canada. Here in the U.S., states are stepping up efforts to get more Americans vaccinated, especially in the South, where Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi had the lowest percentage of adults who have received at least one dose. A glaring contrast to the high vaccination rates in Vermont, Hawaii, and Massachusetts. Even as doctors warn of continued risk to those who are not yet vaccinated, some are still hesitant.
I'm just giving it some time. I'm not in a vulnerable group.
Others are taking advantage of a slew of incentives, including high-dollar lotteries.
Jonathan Carlisle from Toledo.
An Amazon delivery driver came forward as the second winner of Ohio's Vax-A-Million lottery.
And I pretty much almost lost it inside the van.
And the website vaccines.gov is tracking the growing list of vaccination perks, from pharmacies to ride shares, even dating apps. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
The White House says the overseas vaccine shipments will be made up of Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer vaccines. President Biden is targeting Chinese companies involved in military surveillance. The president today signed an executive order prohibiting U.S. investments in nearly 60 companies. The administration says the companies develop or use Chinese surveillance technology to facilitate serious human rights abuses and other security threats. The order is an expansion of former President Trump's order banning Americans from investing in more than 30 firms owned by or controlled by the Chinese military. Still ahead, we're going to tell you about the Webb City Farmers Market's efforts to make sure kids get a healthy meal and a well-deserved retirement for a local canine.
In Joplin.
Kids program is back at the Webb City Farmers Market. This includes free food and special lessons geared toward kids. Today's meals included hot dogs, broccoli, salad, strawberries, milk. MU Extension nutrition educators talked about eating from the garden.
As a mom, it's very important to me. I prioritize nutrition. We want our citizens that are growing up to grow with the best nutrients possible. So that's why we utilize a lot of our own farm's foods in our meals. Today is a hot dog and sliced apples, but they're also getting sweet potato fries from a local farm.
Sounds pretty good. The free kids meals are given every Thursday at the farmers market. Parents can pick one up for their child without the child present, but parents need to show a photo of themselves with their children. People in Neosho were invited to bring a lawn chair and enjoy some music. Live music in Big Spring Park was sponsored by the Neosho Arts Council. It featured family-friendly music from performers like Harmony Street, Folk Roll, and Whiskey Outlaws.
Well, I don't sing like that, and so I can pretend as though if I mouth the words, it's going to come out sounding that good. But it's I get a lot of enjoyment just seeing our community come out and just different groups of people enjoying themselves.
Nice evening for it. Tonight's event was free to anyone. A longtime officer with the Lamar, Missouri Police Department said his final goodbyes today as he headed off into retirement. That officer barking there, Hondo, K9. Officials say Hondo has served for 9 years and assisted in the seizure of more than 1,000 grams of marijuana, 4,000 grams of meth, and numerous weapons. He'll now live out the rest of his life at the home of his handler. Before retiring, though, Hondo was able to show his replacement the ropes.
The good thing with that is that for the last 3 years I've been hauling 2 dogs. So she's been in the car since she was 6 weeks old. So it made it easier in a transition for me, not necessarily for him, but for me to be able to just take 1 dog. I can't imagine what it would be like to have went cold turkey and went without a dog at all.
Thank you for your service, Hondo. Hondo has been training his replacement Tosca since she was 6 weeks old. 3 new flights took off today from the Joplin Regional Airport as part of the city's new air service. City officials welcomed the first plane today with water cannons. United Express and SkyWest Airlines are offering daily flights now to and from Chicago Denver, and Houston. The flight welcome today came from Chicago. The new air service is a result of an award by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Later, we get a look at the new Avengers campus at Disney's California Adventure Park.
Plus, we're going to look at your month-long forecast coming up next.
Brought to you by Events.com.
Well, it turned out to be a pretty good Thursday for us today. Temperatures not bad, lower 80s during the afternoon. And we did have a few isolated little pop-up afternoon showers. Most of us ended up staying dry, but temperatures great. Fantastic time lapse, indigo sky, casino and resort. You can see that fog during the morning hours, sunshine, cumulus clouds during the afternoon, and then a pretty good shot of the sun setting. Really not that long ago. We're approaching the longest day, light day of the year. 69 Nevada, 70 in Neosho, 66 in Miami, 70 in Pittsburgh. We have 69 Independence. Temperature is pretty good. Humidity is also good. This is our dew point. We always look at this, especially during the summer months. The higher these numbers go, the more humidity we have. But right now, upper 50s to near 60, pretty good. Kind of in that pleasant to not bad range. These will start to creep back up as we go through the next few days. Looking outside, pretty much clear skies for us right now. 69, south winds at about 5 to 10. Humidity is at 70%. And not too much has been going on here. We had a few isolated little guys earlier today, but those have all diminished. And now we have clear skies. In fact, most of the Central Plains pretty much clear skies. You have to travel south before you find any showers and thunderstorms. You can see this little twist out across central and western parts of Texas. That is a weak upper level low that is slowly going to meander toward us over the next few days. As it does so, it will increase our chances for afternoon showers and thunderstorms, kind of starting tomorrow, a few hit and miss ones. A little better shot by Saturday into Sunday, and then it kind of rotates by Tuesday. We'll get rid of that, but then we get some additional waves that drop in over the ridge. So really the bottom line here is we're going to have chances for showers and thunderstorms really each and every day over the next week. For us tonight, we drop back 58 to about 60 degrees. So it looks pretty good. Sunshine in the morning. In the afternoon, we'll get those pop-up clouds and those isolated showers and thunderstorms across the region. 77 by noon, high temp of 83. Tomorrow night looks okay, and then on Saturday, we'll do it again. We'll get those pop-up afternoon showers and thunderstorms, a little bit more numerous by Saturday and then heading into Sunday. All right, tonight looks okay. 83 tomorrow, 84 Saturday. Look at our temps. 80s all next week, and we do have those chances for a few thunderstorms each and every day. As we break down the month of June, it's based off my pattern. We're late 6th cycle, almost in the 7th cycle. Severe weather season officially ends on June 10th. Then we get into those big complexes of thunderstorms, MCSs, those overnight storms that pass through, but mainly into the 80s for most of the month. So if we look at next week, we're going to go a warm week. So we're looking at 80s, but we do have those chances for showers and thunderstorms each day. None of those look like really traditional severe weather setups, even though we can get severe thunderstorms in June. Week 3, we start off mild, meaning 70s, back into the 80s. That Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to get those big complexes of overnight storms. So we are going to have to watch that. And then the 4th week, we start off hot. So we're looking at 90s. And again, hit and miss storms. And then the last week of June going into the 4th of July, that's when the heat settles in. That's when we get the 90s every day and we start to dry out a little bit more. But overall, June doesn't look too bad, mainly 80s, just about each and every day. I don't see any big severe weather setups, even though we're going to get those overnight complexes that do give us some severe weather.
Well, some occasional rain certainly will be welcome as the weather.
Yeah, we'll need it.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up in sports, Crowder faces undefeated McLennan tonight with a chance to advance to the championship game. Plus, Marina Campbell impresses at the NCAA championships, earning him high honors to cap off the season. Danny Terzer has it all next.
Doug Hetty has earned the
Flash Outlaw.
There are just 4 teams remaining in the JUCO World Series, and Crowder is one of them. The Rough Riders face undefeated McLennan in the semifinals tonight. McLennan has a big lead about halfway through this one. It's 12-3. Peyton Holt is 2 for 2 with an early solo homer and a single. The Royals begin a 4-game home series against the Twins. Kansas City and Minnesota faced one another just last weekend, with the Royals picking up 2 wins in 3 games. Tonight, Salvador Perez homers twice. Jared Dyson scores off an error to give Kansas City a late lead in the 7th. Royals win 6-5. The Cards also at home, welcoming in the Reds for a handful of games through the weekend. In Game 1 of the series, St. Louis is trailing 4-2 in the 9th. Missouri Southern's Regindra Campbell is a decorated MIAA athlete. At the 2021 NCAA Championships, Campbell added 2 national titles to his name, and on Wednesday was named the National Field Athlete of the Year. We caught up with Campbell to talk about his accomplished season and what's next.
My coach messaged me this morning and said, "Congratulations." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Missouri Southern thrower Regindra Campbell was named the NCAA Division II National Field Athlete of the Year on Wednesday.
It's just mind-blowing. I've never been this happy in my life for getting an award that, I thought I wouldn't have got in the first place.
Campbell was passed up on his primary goal of receiving honors as the Central Region Athlete of the Year. That just pushed him to set bigger goals.
I was honestly disappointed, so I was like, well, going to the national, anyway they're going to recommend me for the National Athlete of the Year, I have to win both events. So going in, that was the motivation.
He did just that. Campbell won his first national championship in the discus. Then, he threw 19.99 meters in the shot put to secure a second title.
This season was one of the most challenging seasons I've had, and the fact that I came out victorious and I got a national recognition, it's going forward, there will be something special.
Campbell has been battling adversity all year long. He's been recovering from a recent knee surgery.
There was a lot of changes that had to be made throughout that, and Coach kind of helped to motivate me through and say, listen, you did this last year. It kind of reminded me of the champion run I had last year. It's like, listen, you have it in you. Just go out there and do it. And I said, okay. He had believed in me. I had my family supporting me, and my teammates really supported me as well.
This recognition has given him the confidence to continue to pursue the sport at the next level.
The award is just like an extra push to say, yo, listen, there's more in you. This actually motivates me to actually, I can take the risk of becoming a professional athlete and I will be successful of it.
No dream is too big. World Championships, Olympics, or setting the world record.
In high school, you make wild goals, and now I'm like, there's a possibility I might achieve this. So, that's my motivation.
Moving forward, Campbell plans to focus solely on the shot put. He hopes to represent his home country of Jamaica in the World Championships next year. Now that's a look at sports. We'll be back with more news after this.
Nominated
for all people.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Senior Airman Alexander Guerin served in the U.S. Air Force, his hometown, Altamont, Kansas. And we are proud to salute Senior Airman Alexander Guerin. He's tonight's 4-state hero. We honor heroes every single newscast, every single day, and we're always looking for more. If you know of a currently serving service member or a veteran from any era, let us know about him or her. Just drop us a line. Click on the link, koamnewsnow.com. Marvel's Avengers have a new place to assemble with their fans. A real-life version of the Avengers campus is set to open at Disney's California Adventure Park tomorrow. Here's a look at what visitors of the campus are expected to experience, including an innovative web-slinging Spider-Man ride.
This is one of the most innovative attractions that we've created. I think it's a really big part of allowing our guests to feel like they're active participants in the story in a completely different way. We're using both media, we're using the 3D glasses, but we also have physical sets. And so it is working to try to make that feel as realistic as possible for our guests when they're in the web slinger vehicle. So we're actually analyzing the movements of our guests 60 times per second. We are able to track the gestures of our guests when they're on the web slinger vehicle so that it actually feels like the webs are coming from their arms directly to the targets. We know that our guests love the comic books, they love the films. So we wanted to create a place where they could actually be around all of these superheroes, where they could feel like they were in the action with the heroes.
Tomorrow's opening will be almost 1 year after the Avengers campus was targeted to open. A lot of Avengers fans out there, a lot of superhero fans out there. More than a few are going to be checking this one out.
A ton of people like that.
The weather pretty nice tomorrow.
It looks pretty good. Tonight's going to be great. 58 for a low. 83 tomorrow. A very slight chance we're going to get a pop-up afternoon storm. A little better chances over the weekend. Again, these are afternoon, just kind of pop-up storms that really fizzle out by the time the evening hours roll around. But these chances stick around each and every day. But temperatures, very June-like, highs into the 80s.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other, and let's make it a great one.